So, okay, I have a ton of new sparkly products that we are going to be playing with today, including Lisa Eldridge's new palette, the Betty palette, which is inspired by her gorgeous cat. And also, I have a couple of products from Marilia Scott and Half Magic. Very exciting. So I'm gonna speed through my base because you've seen it a million times. If you haven't, it's in the vast majority of my videos. But I just hadn't done my makeup yet. So wanted to start off with no makeup on, I guess. And yeah, here's a quick little speed through. Just so you could see, if you are new to my channel, what I do, and you can check out other videos for details on that. So I'm going to be starting off with the Marilia Scott Glush, which, if you missed my most recent new products video, I was very intrigued by this product but nervous to try it. So you'll see from the application, it's glittery, okay? It's foiled. That's what it is. And you can see that in the component, the formula. And I was nervous, especially when I put it on before blending one, you know what I mean? I put it on both cheeks. It blended really nicely, surprisingly. I was very pleasantly surprised. And I do actually build it up a little bit more because I wanted to see a little bit more of that pink. It creates a very beautiful, definitely foiled sheen on the cheeks. This is not for people who want something natural. You know what I mean? This is maximalism. This is playful. This is perfect for festival season, for spring, for playing, and just kind of getting back into fun makeup. I really did like it, and I thought that this color was really, really beautiful. I can't remember the name of it, but it'll be linked down below as always. Love, right? Look at that glow. Look at that glow. Are you kidding me? I just went in and set my face with some powder. I would like to get all of my creams on before I go in with any powder. So that's what I'm doing here. Including hitting a couple of little, I had some breakouts around my temples that I just didn't want to be super shiny. So just setting those. Then I'm going to grab my Hindash Canvas fluid. What is this called? Something fluid in the shade Canvas. Color fluid. And using that to prime my lids for the eyeshadow, which is what I'm very excited about. I'm going in and setting with just a little bit of powder in the inner area where my lid tends to crease, because I can get creasing, there's a higher chance of creasing in that area. Now, I kind of messed up. I grabbed this purple shade, which I instantly, as soon as I started putting it on my lid, I was like, oh wait, that's not the shade that I wanted to use. I wanted to use that middle bottom shade, but it was fine. So we stuck with the purple, and I'm placing this down with my Sigma E54 all over my lid. And then using this to kind of just blend up slightly into the crease. People who have watched my channel for a long time know this is why I love this brush so much. Just a quick shout out, my favorite set with Sigma, I believe, is still available. We have very few left, and this is a brush that's included in that. So just, it'll be linked if you are interested. But I love it for packing shadow onto the lid, but it has a fluffy edge, so it actually blends into the crease pretty well. Which is why it's just kind of like one of those brushes that I've had this brush for maybe 8 years now. It's so good. And you can see how beautiful these shadows are. They blend really, really easily. Even if you get a little bit of buildup in one area, you can continue to blend it. The blend time is amazing. They're incredibly soft. It's obviously a beautiful shimmer to the lids. I'm grabbing this very light lilac shade on a small refer brush and placing this all up in my inner corner. When I first got this palette, I just kind of played around with it with my fingers, just did some swatches, picked it up with my finger and just put it on my naked lid just to kind of see what are the swatches like. And this is basically the look that I did. I got a little bit carried away, I'll be honest with you, with this makeup look. I was on my way to an event and I just kind of kept going. I ended up taking this kind of neutrally, almost cool toned brown. There's a lot going on because the palette itself is all shimmer. And I started creating kind of this nice angled wing And honestly, I kind of wish that I had stopped a little bit earlier. I end up taking it like just kind of blowing it out a little bit more and taking it up into the crease, like under my eyebrow and stuff. I think the end result is beautiful, but I kind of wish that I had separated the shades a little bit. So at this point, I'm just kind of like building this up because I had a vision in my mind of what I wanted and it wasn't looking the way I wanted. Not the shadows at all, but just the shape that I was creating. And I just, you know how it is. If anyone's ever put winged eyeliner on, you know how it goes, right? You start to extend it a little bit, and then you go a little bit too much, and then you just keep going, and then you got to even them out. And then by the time you're finished, it's at the top of your ear. So yeah, just doing some blending, but this is such a beautiful example of how, despite them being very shimmery shadows, they are incredibly easy to blend. And yeah, I loved that I just had like all of the shimmer all over my lids. I didn't use a single matte shade, you know? Doing a little bit of cleanup, just because, like I said, got a little bit carried away. And then I'm going onto my lower lash line. I'm starting off with that mid-toned purple. I'm doing kind of my typical run through of my lower lash line on a small rougher brush, and just kind of building that up slowly. I want to balance out everything that we have going on the top lid and crease. So starting at the lash line and then just gently blending down towards my under eye, but keeping it nice and soft, especially because there is so much shimmer, so I didn't want it to just get completely all over the place. But look at our blush. I mean, we were doing the most. I'm picking up a little bit of that brown, placing it on the outer corner, close to the upper corner. What? And then connecting up into that wing. Tried and true technique for me. And then I'll be honest, I got quite a bit of fallout. Whenever it comes to any shimmery shade, you should probably do it before your face, honestly. Grabbing the middle shade because I was like, but I wanted to use it. And I don't know that it necessarily layers very well on top of this purple, but it did add a little bit of dimension. I just wanted to put it on. So I think it looked really gorgeous, just on its own. I'm picking up this very shimmery, sheen kind of eyeliner from Urban Decay. Again, it'll be linked down below because I don't remember the name. And I'm placing it not in my waterline, but along the lash line, just to kind of make that area pop and open up the eyes a little bit. And then I'm grabbing, once again from Urban Decay, this really beautiful brown liner that kind of looks red. As I'm putting it in my waterline, you can see it looks really red. The way these colors came together to make my green eyes pop is just unreal. You know what I mean? So I'm placing this all up in my waterline, lower waterline, and then I am tightlining my eyes. And then I'm going to continue with that beautiful brown liner to create kind of the base for a really gentle wing that I'm going to be fortifying with some matte shadows a little bit later. So I'm just kind of gently sort of intensifying this cat eye look that we have going on. This is very much an example of me sitting down and playing with my makeup, which is why I'm doing a voiceover right now. I find it a lot easier to just experiment and play with shapes and colors when I'm not talking through it. But don't worry, the talk throughs they're not going away. They're not going away. So just slowly sketching out with a really soft, this beautiful, I love that I'm not using black because it's very, very soft. And then I'm using this brown shade from the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes palette to just set that liner. And just kind of intensify that color. And the colors complemented each other so perfectly. And then I'm just gently, with another one of my brushes from my Sigma set, that tiny little liner brush, just gently extending the wing, which I always find much easier to do with a powder. I'm taking just a teeny little bit of that on the outer part of my lower lash line. I just wanted to kind of add a little more contrast. I'm a big fan of contrast. And then I'm extending my inner corner because I'm like, dude, we have this like crazy cat eye. Let's just sharpen up that inner corner a little bit, like really lean into the cat eye. Now I'm going in, once I've finished with all of my shadows, and setting with this Fenty mist, which I've been absolutely loving. It's called You Mist. I love the name of it. It really, really keeps everything in place without manipulating your makeup. So it's not going to make you look too dewy or too matte. It really just keeps everything looking the way that it already did. For everyone who is invested in me growing out my hair, I'm cutting it, just so you know. I hate it. I hate it so much. I don't want to talk about it. All right, soap brows, nothing new at all. I've been kind of loving doing my brows last. I feel like it gives me the opportunity to really play with my eyeshadow and then adjust later on. So I'm not doing my brows like too dark or too light to begin with, or probably too dark because you can always, deepen them up. So I'm going in and just setting naked brows right now. While I wait for that to set, I'm curling my lashes with my rougher lash curler. And I have a new technique that I learned from some of you, actually. So let me know if you want to see a video on that. And alongside the Betty palette, Lisa launched this new mascara, her Kitten Lash mascara, but in this beautiful warm brown shade. Oh my God, so gorgeous. Perfection with the eyeliner that I used. And also the shadow from the Makeup by Mario palette. Look at that. Like, can you see? Look at that. Gorgeous. Absolutely love. Oh, the color is so perfect for my eye color. So I'm going to be using this on my top and bottom lashes. These lashes from Velour, which once again will be, sorry, House of Lashes, are perfection for this look because they're a blend of black and brown. So it just like all the colors worked so beautifully, and I just thought the shape really like helped to accentuate the cat eye. They're also so easy to apply. Like, I haven't put a strip lash on in such a long time, and I feel like I didn't mess this up. So, look at that. Look at the difference. It just like, it just brings it up a notch. All right, going back to my brows, I'm using MAC Taupe, and I'm just very, very gently focusing on the areas that are more sparse. What? Sparse. So starting with the tail of the brow, kind of the top, going into the bottom, just being very, very gentle, one stroke at a time, basically, and trying not to press too hard so that I don't disrupt the soap underneath. Then to do a little bit extra, I'm going in with this brow tint pen. I believe this is NYX in gray black, but I'm using an extremely light hand, so I'm hardly filling. I'm just adding a few like strokes. I'm using, is it Cafe au Lait? It's the lightest lip liner from Isamaya to line my lips. Just a really beautiful, like, pinky brown kind of nude, I guess. And then to finish off, after I clean up, I'm cleaning up my edges because, happy lips trick. Get to it, girl. The Crystal Lip Balm from Half Magic. I'm so obsessed with this. It's a lip balm, but it acts like what are they called? Oh my God, I just forgot the name. Like a foiled lipstick? No, what are they called? Like, the word has like completely escaped me. Frosted. Oh my God. And I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back, I was obsessed with the idea of a frosted lipstick. This is so nice. So comfy. I'm obsessed with it. She has 4 shades. Gorgeous. Look at this. So fun. I love the way this look turned out. I love all the tones. I love the colors. I love the smoke. I love that it's like smoky and kind of sophisticated, but it's still spring. You know what I mean? Like the lilac, the pink, it really like creates a spring finish to it. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much. If you attempt this recreation, please tag me in any photos that you post. Please like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 whatever. Become a member if you want. You know what I mean? That's it from me, dude. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Click.